I listen to a podcast called Stuff You Should Know. They recently released an episode discussing free speech, and I encourage you to go and listen to it. Stuff You Should Know is a very big podcast, so it's not like they need a tiny YouTuber like me to go out and get new listeners for them. But I think this episode is of particular interest to us, because it talks about the very thing that we're fighting to preserve. Anyway, I'll play a clip for you. If you like what you hear, there's a link in the description for the whole episode. Enjoy.
Oh, you're riffing?
I'm riffing here. I get kind of bugged these days with, I think a lot of people have the notion that freedom of speech means also freedom from consequence. And those are two different things.
Yeah.
Like, freedom of speech means that you are not going to be, well, you might even be arrested and convicted, but eventually it will be overturned.
Right.
You'll be vindicated. But if a business or a comedian or a TV show does something that people find offensive, or
a provocateur YouTube guy,
and someone wants to pick at them and shut them down or boycott them, and they cry free speech, it's like, you said that, you got away with it, you're not in jail, doesn't mean there won't be consequences.
Well, yeah, the right to protest is enshrined in the same amendment as free speech. Yeah,
but I think I hear a lot, it seems like more and more these days, where people whine about the consequences of their own free speech.
Right.
And that's not enshrined in the Constitution. There very likely will be consequences.
Right. People will hate you.
Maybe.
But it's like you said, though, it's there to protect the unpopular opinion. There's this guy who's an expert on free speech at Penn State, I believe. He said, "We have a First Amendment to protect unpopular expression or the minority viewpoint because we don't need a constitution to protect what the majority thinks.
Yeah.
The majority takes care of itself."
That's a good point.
It's the people who everybody else hates and what they have to say that is protected by the Constitution.